Hi, I'm Dr. Gabrielle Pelicci with YourGuru Education, and we're here with Mr. Ray of FIT RxN, and he's going to give us some tips about how to retain your clients. So, Mr. Ray, can you please tell us how you got into this business?
I had the pleasure working at a physical therapy office back in 1995, and I was working as a glorified administrative assistant, secretary, and I got to see people come in sad with injuries, car accidents, you name it. And one day I asked the supervisor and the mentor, what's this injury? What is that for? Why are they doing the exercise? That looks so weird. And she said, you know what, Ray, you're always asking a lot of questions. Why don't you take an ice pack to room 4? And that's how it all started. So I went from the desk to on my feet to going out there, being on the floor, helping people.
And what was that like?
It was a whole new world. The first few days, obviously, I didn't do things right. But the thing that I took from it was I was actually helping people. Because they came in one way where they were down and out. And after when they left, they had so much fun. They were happy. They can't wait to come back. Is Ray going to be here on my next session? So it really uplifted what I was doing.
Oh, that's great. And so your introduction was really having a mentor and someone to introduce you to
Absolutely.
the field.
Yes.
And then what happened from there?
One day I had to renew my CPR, AED, and luckily it was in a gym where the class was happening. So walking through the gym, I quickly got to see trainers working out with clients, and it really, again, got me all enthused and excited. And I said, wow, they're doing what we do in the office, but on a whole nother level.
Okay.
Class was done. As I'm leaving, I asked the manager, how do you become a trainer? An hour later, he says, with your experience, you'd be amazing. Why don't you take a job? I said, you know what, let me talk to my mentor, my supervisor, and see what she says. And sure enough, she was excited, and she said, oh my gosh, you have to do it. We'll figure it out. You can work part-time here, part-time there. So I had spent some time at the desk still, some time on the floor, and also I got into training. And I have to tell you, it was one of the best things, one of the best decisions that she helped me make. And to this day, I look back and I always thank her for pushing me to do it.
And for how long have you been doing this?
This has been great. It's almost 18 years now.
Wow.
And it feels like just yesterday.
And do you still have some of the clients that you had when you first started?
Absolutely, I do. I have a handful of clients that I started with in 1998, and I've learned so much working with those individuals. And to this day, if I had to give any trainers tips on what to do and how to retain these clients, is when I got into the gym, I got certified. I took courses, I took classes, I really got out there and got my feet wet and took as much information I could in. And then, really exciting, I found the top trainer at the time, and I befriended him and learned as much as I could. And eventually, little by little, clients started to come on. And at that time, I realized it was just like physical therapy. Really had to just, number one, really get to know their goals, get to know the individual, and figure out really what will get them going.
Okay.
What gets them committed, what will get them to stick to just not really just exercising, working out, or getting in shape, just making it a part of their lifestyle. That's what it comes down to. I felt like if it was boring or, sitting there taking notes and it seemed so just redundant, they wouldn't stick. And this is just for me. This is the way I saw it. And luckily, it worked out amazing for all my people.
Do you think you have to be in a certain environment when you first get started? Do you need to be in a gym? Do you need to be in a...
Yes, absolutely. And I got lucky. I stayed with the gyms for almost 8 years. I would highly recommend it. Definitely get in there, because the good thing is they had such a vast client base. At the same time, you're exposed to other trainers, other training styles, classes, you name it. Some of the courses are free, some are discounted. So it's a really good atmosphere to get into from the start. And at that point, you'll become who you're going to become, and you can figure out what you want to do and what your training style will be, etc.
And I've heard a rumor that you retain about 88% of your clients. Is that true?
Yes.
How does that happen?
This one thing stuck out from my first fitness manager. He said, stop counting clients as numbers. They're not numbers. Stop looking at your paychecks. And don't get me wrong, you have to make a living. I get it. We all do. But again, if you're able to really just identify the individual, become their good friend, their confidant, and get them to commit to their goals and also commit to you. Almost on a daily basis, people may think it's crazy, but I like to text clients. I send them messages, I send them emails. How was your weekend? How was your day? How was that workout yesterday? Or if it's 7, 8 a.m. in the morning, I know they may be going to the gym. So what's your plan today? Get in their heads as much as possible. And at the same time, make it fun though. Can't wait to hear about those push-ups. Can't wait to hear if you ran that first mile, whatever it may be. And you know what? 99% of the time, they're gonna do it because they don't wanna let you down and they don't wanna let themselves down. So it gets you and your clients closer to their goals.
So you're saying that you don't just have communication with them once a month or once a week when they have a session, but you're always in communication with them.
Absolutely. And it may sound like a lot to some people, it really is. And you know what, they really appreciate it. And it makes your job easier. When they come in, you have so much more to talk about. And nevertheless, if you're seeing someone 1, 2, 3 times a week, there's still 4 other days in the week. What are they doing? Like, I mean, let's be real. What are they really doing? So it gives you an opportunity to get them to be more committed, more consistent, and now they're in the best shape of their lives.
So if you had to sort of summarize the top 3 tips that you would give to someone who's just breaking into the industry, maybe they're a new personal trainer, are there 3 things that you could say are the critical things that they need to be aware of or they need to do to be successful?
Absolutely. First thing is work on yourself. Get in that big gym if you can. Get all the education you can. Get your credentials. Do what you can to really become a sponge. And always do that. That's going to be an everyday thing. Because once you get busier with clients and classes, whatever it may be, what's going to happen is you may not have enough time to go out there and get certifications and do classes. The second thing is once you do start meeting people, getting out there, don't be afraid, be approachable. Once you do meet them, learn their goals. Not just learn the individual, but figure out really what gets them going. Then once you identify what those goals are, then you can mold their program based on what their goals are. Whether it's losing weight, getting in shape, getting their hips stronger, whatever it may be, you'll figure it out. You'll just know it. At that point, really just keep molding those goals. And the last thing is really keep the workouts fun. Just have so much fun. In the beginning, the first thing I talked about, really just developing yourself, it'll really get number 3 better. If you better yourself, getting certifications, going to classes, going to courses, what's going to happen later on is you become that trainer that's so versatile, you can do almost anything. I'm not saying on yourself, with that client. You'll be able to take them from a modified push-up to a Spider-Man push-up.
I don't even know what that is.
Just picture Spider-Man doing a push-up. Okay. You'll be able to take them to a 2-legged squat to a single-leg squat. Obviously, depending on their level or if they have injuries, whatever it may be. But the whole point is you'll be able to take them from level 1 to level 3, level 5, because you've bettered yourself. You're able to deliver it the right way. And you know what's going to happen? Your clients won't get bored. There's always something fun to accomplish. And in the end, they're not going to want to leave you.
That's really great advice. And the next time that we meet with you, I want to see that handstand in person. I've seen the video and it looks pretty amazing.
1 leg in a stride, 1 arm, 2 hands.
Amazing. So this is Mr. Ray from FIT RxN. He's the Chief Fitness Strategist here, and I'm Dr. Gabrielle Pelicci with YourGuru Education. Thank you so much for joining us, and come back again for more educational videos.